Right now at 5, back above 8,000. Stocks soared late in the day as investors suddenly found a reason to buy.
Deadly crash. A mother was killed. Her baby rushed to the hospital. Did she run a red light or did the car that hit her?
Scare at the podium. What was behind Attorney General Michael Mukasey's collapse?
And Cheap Eats will profile 2 places where you can get a good meal for under $10.
A good meal. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shannon Horry.
And I'm Antonio Mora. CBS 4 News at 5 starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
We begin with big news tonight for your money, ending on a high note. A big bounce for stocks on Wall Street. Stocks soar nearly 500 points on word President-elect Barack Obama has picked a Treasury Secretary. And that nominee is someone traders on Wall Street know well. He is the current New York Fed chief. Word
of Tim Geithner's selection turned what was otherwise an uneventful day into a blockbuster. The Dow closed back above 8,000 points with a 494-point jump. The Nasdaq gained 68 points, closing at 1384, and the S&P 500 jumped 48 points to end the week at 800. CBS 4 consumer investigator Al Sunshine joins us now. And Al, investors seemed reassured that a guy they know got the job, and there was an amazing response.
Yeah, it absolutely was. It was incredible. It was a great bounce to end the day. You know, unconfirmed reports that President-elect Barack Obama chose a new Treasury Secretary fueled confidence all over Wall Street over the past several hours. The Dow rallied strong until the very end of trading just minutes ago.
With Wall Street facing some of the lowest prices in decades, bargain hunters opened the day shopping for deals.
Realistically, a lot of these stocks are hitting lows we haven't seen, in my lifetime.
But for most of the afternoon, investors just couldn't make up their minds what to do.
The market doesn't like uncertainty. That's the biggest part of it. We have a confidence crisis right now.
To save precious cash, GM announced it was extending its holiday closures and considering cutting back production at more than a dozen plants. And facing stock losses of 50% over the past few days, Citigroup's board of directors is reportedly getting ready to break up the company.
Really what you're seeing is everything from oil prices going down, consumer demand basically locked up. The credit markets still are extremely gummed up.
But by late afternoon, Wall Street finally got some news it liked. Unconfirmed reports detailed plans that President-elect Barack Obama's next Treasury Secretary would be the current president of the New York Federal Reserve, Timothy Geithner. He's a strong proponent of shoring up the U.S. banking systems, and that sent investors on an afternoon buying spree. Minutes before the closing bell, the Dow soared to close out the day with an almost 500-point gain.
At this hour, there's also some good news. If you're out of work and your unemployment benefits may be running out over the next few weeks. Earlier in the day, President Bush signed a new bill to extend those unemployment benefits through the end of the holidays. So tonight, the week looks like it's ending up with pretty good news after all.
We need a lot of weeks like this to end like this.
And Antonio, Shannon, hopefully the good blush is going to carry through next week, and hopefully we'll be seeing some solid gains out of Wall Street again.
That'd be great.
Absolutely.
Hope you're right. Thanks, Al. Also tonight, a 9-month-old baby will grow up without her mother. The 36-year-old was killed in a crash this morning. Now, police are trying to figure out if she was an innocent victim. This happened at the intersection of University Drive and Pembroke Road in Miramar. CBS 4's Peter Dench is live at Memorial Regional in Hollywood with how that baby is doing. Peter?
Shannon, the little girl, has 2 broken legs. Right now, her father and aunt are with her here inside the hospital. Police believe the mother was on her way to drop off the child for daycare. The baby was in a child safety seat, and that may have saved her life.
Yes, I just lost my neighbor, and it's really, really hard. That was my neighbor. I'm in shock.
Morellis Montes de Oca's next-door neighbor from Hialeah Gardens died in this horrific crash in Miramar.
I feel really, really bad, because she was a great woman. She was a very good woman, very good neighbor.
And has a little baby.
And now she has a little baby, and what is going to happen to the baby now?
It happened in darkness before 6 in the morning at Pembroke Road and University Drive. Police say 36-year-old Naifi Gutierrez was with her 9-month-old daughter when their Mazda collided with a pickup truck.
The Mazda was driving northbound on University Drive, and the pickup truck was driving eastbound in Pembroke.
The pickup truck rolled over several times, injuring the driver. Gutierrez and her child ended up on the median. The mother died on the scene.
No, actually, the baby was strapped safely in the car seat, and it shows what a car seat does because the baby was responsive, according to the officers on scene.
She was rushed to the children's emergency room at Memorial Regional Hospital. The car seat may have saved her life.
And it's very important to put the car seat on, little children, on the babies. It's very, very important.
Police say it is clear that one of the two vehicles ran a red light.
What can I say about red lights? People, they just go. I mean, when you see the yellow light, you just have to stop before the red light. That's what you got to do.
Police have identified the driver of the pickup truck as Herbert Irving of Miramar, but there are conflicting reports from the two eyewitnesses as to who was at fault. Police will re-interview those eyewitnesses on Monday. We're live at Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood. Peter Dench, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Peter. And that baby's life was saved by her car seat and the fact it was properly installed. According to the Centers for Disease Control, car seats and booster seats significantly reduce the risk of death in children. For infants, it reduces it by 71%. It's 55% for toddlers. And if all children under the age of 5 use safety seats, 455 lives would be saved every year. Another 50,000 children would be spared serious injury. For information on where you can get your child's car seat properly installed, log on to CBS4.com. Click on our Fast Facts section.
A South Florida family is mourning the loss of a Marine who gave his life while serving our country in Iraq. Gunnery Sergeant Marcelo Velasco died Wednesday of injuries he suffered in a non-hostile incident in Anbar Province. Sergeant Velasco was assigned to Camp Pendleton, California.
Was it a sweetheart deal or a deal of necessity? Tonight, there are new questions about the county's approval of a new contract with Wackenhut Security, the same company that's accused of bilking the county out of millions of dollars. CBS 4's Michael Williams is live in downtown Miami. Michael, what do commissioners have to say about this?
They're arguing it was a deal of necessity, but not one they necessarily like. Wackenhut oversees Metro Rail and the Juvenile Assessment Center with its security guards. And while the county's adamant in saying it won't prejudge the outcome of an audit, the real question is, why does a resolution of questions about trustworthiness and your tax dollars keep getting sidetracked? Wackenhut is accused of and strongly denies charging Miami-Dade County for phantom security guards. That is, guards who never really put in the hours or walked the beat. The county estimated the bogus bill for taxpayers at more than $6 million, but the lawyer for Wackenhut Company whistleblowers thinks the tab could be 4 to 6 times that amount.
And 3 years after being apprised of that level of fraud, the county commission is still awarding contracts to Wackenhut.
That's right. The case broke 3 years ago, and yet on Thursday, buried in obscure language that never mentioned Wackenhut by name, the company's security work at the Juvenile Assessment Center was extended.
Well, it's not a no-bid sweetheart deal, and you and I both know that. What it is the results of a competitive process, and instead of it being a multi-year contract, it's month to month for 6 months, no more than that.
Wackenhut also keeps working the Metro Rail beat on a contract through late next year. The company stands by its billing practices and argues the county's original audit was based on flawed data and misunderstandings.
Our auditor is right now looking at information that was provided by Wackenhut that we request in any audit.
At least one Miami-Dade commissioner professes to be fed up, saying the whole affair should have been wrapped up months ago, but adding that for now at least, there is no choice but to extend the Wackenhut deal.
We shouldn't be put in this position, but it's either somebody may get hurt because there's not adequate protection for them there, or we go ahead and bite the bullet with a company that has ripped us off.
The question, of course, is the one at the outset. Why hasn't the county manager, the commission, or the mayor pushed harder to get answers more quickly? So a lot of anger now, but still no estimation as when we'll have an audit that will finally resolve this once and for all and tell us more about the future of Wackenhut and its contracts with the county. Reporting live from downtown Miami, Michael Williams, CBS 4 News.
Thanks, Michael. Developing news now in Oklahoma, where a police chase just came to a dramatic end. This car was speeding down a highway going over 100 miles an hour toward Oklahoma City within the last 20 minutes. We're told the driver was pulled over for a traffic stop, but then just took off. And then it ended about 10 minutes later when the car ran over a curb. It was hit by a police car, and then it rammed into an SUV. When the suspect got out, he was taken down by police.
Now to the transition of power, and tonight all indications are Hillary Clinton will be our next Secretary of State. President-elect Barack Obama is expected to nominate her next week. Senior advisors say Obama believes Clinton would bring credibility to U.S. diplomatic relations. Those aides say Obama and Clinton have had several conversations about the Secretary of State job.
There is renewed buzz tonight that Miami Mayor Manny Diaz will also be part of President-elect Obama's team. CBS 4's Gary Nelson tells us the Diaz rumor has made the network news.
That would be speculation.
Manny Diaz has played it kind of coy, all those rumors about going to work for the White House.
New names that we're hearing.
But the rumor is official when you make the network news.
Another new name from outside of Washington, the mayor of Miami, Manny Diaz, being vetted.
And not for some low-level post. Word is Diaz is up for Secretary of Transportation or Secretary of Housing.
But if Manny Diaz is to move from City Hall to Washington, it will only be after the mother of all background checks.
He and his associates will be interviewed by the FBI. There's a huge questionnaire to fill out. And some say the mayor will have some explaining to do about his business dealings.
Oh, you crybaby, get up!
With former city manager Joe Ariola.
Reach right in, please.
And former Commissioner Johnny Winton. Mayoral business dealings the Ethics Commission called unethical. And there was the multi-million-dollar fire fee giveaway during the mayor's tenure, an outrageous deal that Diaz pled ignorance to. He owns part of a business whose namesake, a pal of the mayor's, did time for income tax evasion. It was on Diaz's watch that the Free Trade Summit in Miami devolved into a riot of alleged police abuses, something that still has unions and civil rights groups angry at the mayor. So altogether, the pundits say,
some of Manny's past associations in terms of his business dealings, his background, that sort of thing may come up and haunt Manny Diaz. He's going to have to address those. That's what the vetting process is all about.
That being said, the mayor seems qualified for Transportation Secretary. He knows how to get into a car, and there he is riding a bike, kind of. And as for Housing Secretary, we know for a fact the mayor lives in a house.
Mayor Diaz was not available for comment today. In fact, insiders tell CBS 4 News the Obama camp has told the mayor, what do you say we just keep our mouths shut for a while and see what happens? In Miami, Gary Nelson, CBS 4 News.
Right now on CBS4.com, you can read more about this. Check out CBS 4's Jim DeFeedy's column on Manny Diaz and his future. Click on the DeFeedy section of CBS4.com.
So Gary actually said he was qualified for housing because he lives in a house.
But he seemed to
Very clever, Gary.
know how to ride a bike.
Yeah, it was just kind of a low-riding bike. I don't know, it looked a little wobbly to me. So
Still ahead, a reason to be thankful.
Thanksgiving will be brighter now for hundreds of local families. New at 5:30, see the spirit of giving in action.
Also ahead, cashless charity, while the Salvation Army is going high-tech for the holidays.
And this was a big day for my co-anchor. After the break, see why Shannon and a number of other local humanitarians were honored.
You're watching CBS 4 News at 5, covering Cooper City, Coral Gables, Florida City, and your South Florida neighborhood.
We'll be right back.
The Men's Warehouse designer suit sale is going on now. For a limited time, when you buy one designer suit, you'll get one free. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
She brings you the news every night on CBS 4. Now see how Shannon Horry is preparing for the arrival of her twins. Monday at 5. From her due date, to the baby's names, to how she's feeling right now.
I pretty much am, for the most part, ready.
We'll show you a personal side of Shannon you haven't seen before. Plus, stretching your dollars this holiday season. The For Your Money team has great advice to help you shop smarter for everyone on your list. It's all Monday at 5 on CBS 4 News.
The fuel-efficient Accord EXL has a luxuriously appointed interior and technology features like an iPod connection, available navigation system with voice recognition, and Bluetooth connectivity. So in an Accord EXL, destination is ahead. You can always find what you're looking for.
Get APR financing as low as 1.9% on 2009 Accords for well-qualified buyers.
Linens and Things is going out of business with savings of 25 to 50% store-wide. Outfit your home for the holidays at liquidation prices on all bedding and bath, small appliances, and more. Set your holiday table with 30 to 40% off all dinnerware, glassware, and flatware, and as much as 50% off gourmet chafing dishes, roasters, and more. Plus, top off your gift list with 40% off all personal care electrics, including razors, hair dryers, and chair massagers. Shop the going out of business sale now at all Linens and Things stores.
The Men's Warehouse designer suit sale is going on now. For a limited time, when you buy one designer suit, you'll get one free. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
You're watching CBS 4 News at 5 with Shannon Horry, Antonio Mora, Chief Meteorologist David Bernard, and Kim Bokamper with sports.
Today was a big day for the two of us.
It was.
I was the proud MC as Shannon, Alonzo Mourning, and a number of other local humanitarians were honored by the March of Dimes. CBS 4's Elliot Rodriguez joins us now with more. Elliot, it's a terrific organization that was honoring a lot of terrific people.
You're right, Antonio. The March of Dimes honored 4 very special South Floridians today, and one of them is someone we know very well here at CBS 4. And tonight, we could not be prouder of our own Shannon Horry.
Congratulations.
Shannon was all smiles at Jungle Island today. She's one of 4 people the March of Dimes decided to honor for their commitment to the community as a Humanitarian of the Year, someone the organization feels is a leader in the betterment of South Florida.
I'm thrilled to be here today, and I'm very honored to be in the company of the other recipients. I feel very humbled by it.
Shannon is indeed in good company. Basketball star Alonzo Mourning was honored for his community service. So is Miami-Dade County Commissioner Sally Heyman and Dr. Barth Green of the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis.
Congratulations. We love you, and you deserve this.
Shannon was lauded by her co-workers here at CBS 4. We know firsthand what a dynamo she is, volunteering for Big Brothers Big Sisters. That's her little sister on the tape.
Shannon's the kind of person that cares. She's really kind and sweet.
Shannon also pitches in with Neighbors for Neighbors, the Race for the Cure, the Children's Trust, and El Dorado Furniture's giveaway to needy families. Given that the March of Dimes has been helping premature babies for about 70 years, and Shannon is 8 months pregnant, this is a charity close to her heart.
So I'm doubly honored because I'm having twins, and thank you so very much for this award today. I'm not having the twins today, by the way. But if I do, Dr. Barth Green, please get me to Jackson Memorial Hospital as fast as possible, okay?
Luckily, Dr. Green's services were not needed today. The March of Dimes says all 4 recipients distinguished themselves by their work, their hearts, their generosity, and their talent. Shannon, congratulations.
Thank you. And it was just so wonderful to be honored, especially by the March of Dimes at a time like this, you know.
Right.
And they do such amazing work to really educate people on how to have healthy babies.
Right, how to take care, especially, and try to eliminate premature babies, or to try to not have premature births be as tragic for the kids later in life.
And it's a combination of everything that you do in the community.
Well, thank you so much, Elliot. And someone had asked if I ate that big piece of cake in front of me. And yes, I sure did.
Yeah,
ate all of it.
Guess who didn't eat the piece of cake?
You
didn't. I can't talk today, yeah, because I was working. I was up on the stage all day.
You did a wonderful job as the MC, Antonio.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
We're very proud of you. David Bernard is also proud of you, Shannon, and we're proud of the weather, David. We're loving it.
Oh, it's great up there tonight. It's going to be a beautiful evening across South Florida. Check out these temperatures right now. Very nice. We're in the middle 70s. It's been an exceptionally nice and mild day with Key West at 71. It's dry as well, so our stickiness scale is holding it at 0. 45% humidity and a light northwest wind at 3. Beautiful in the Keys today, and also in Fort Lauderdale. For instance, Arthur Ashe Middle School, 71 degrees. And I just pulled this camera up because look at the sunset that's going on outside. Here it is, clear skies all day today, just a couple of clouds. And here comes our sunset. And the last few minutes, that sun looking beautiful as it's beginning to set on the South Florida horizon. Okay, here is the statewide picture. This is our temperature trend over the past 24 hours, and it's turning colder in the Panhandle. It's 18 degrees colder in Pensacola than it was at this time yesterday, and 4 degrees colder in Orlando. That's because another front's blowing across the state. Now, this front, most of the cold air is going to stay north of South Florida. We're not going to be getting quite as chilly as what they're seeing here in the Panhandle, but it is a change with only 50s there, and we have 70s down down to the south of the front. Now for tomorrow, behind the front, it will be fairly windy with sun and clouds. Otherwise, it looks like a good day. A couple more clouds than we saw today and a teeny tiny chance of maybe a sprinkle around, but it's not going to amount to all that much. As we go into Sunday, the high moves further to the east. The gusty breeze remains, maybe a quick shower, but all in all, it looks pretty nice. By early week, I expect the breeze to settle down and it gets a little bit warmer. And then we look to the north for another front that's going to be coming down Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. That's just going to keep this mainly dry, nice weather pattern going across South Florida. And in fact, for Wednesday and Thanksgiving Day, lots of pleasant sun, and it looks nice and dry. Okay, here's a look at weather now across the rest of the country. We're seeing some snow showers. Well, we'll take a quick look at New England, but we'll do that later on. Okay, for tonight, super nice, gusty breeze late, 62 at the coast, 56 inland. And then for tomorrow, 72, fairly windy, sun and clouds, maybe a stray shower, but really the big change tomorrow is going to be the wind that's going to be blowing for most of the weekend. And because of that, we have a small craft advisory in effect. Northeast 20 to 25 tomorrow, wave heights up to 12 feet in the Gulf Stream, and the bays at times, especially exposed areas of the bay, are going to be rough. So here's our weekend, windy Saturday and breezy on Sunday. Very slim chance of a shower, not even really depicting it there. Highs in the low to mid 70s. And then as we go into the early part of next week, a little warmer for Monday and Tuesday. And look at Wednesday and Thursday. Hello, lots of sunshine there. You're going to be able to open the doors up or maybe have your Thanksgiving day outside. That's a good South Florida tradition. And lots of fresh air to breathe in as you're trying to exhale from all the food.
Oh, yeah.
We're ready to eat.
Thanks, David. Still ahead, Madonna is a free woman.
A judge today granted the Material Girl a quickie divorce from Guy Ritchie. New at 5:30, details on the settlement.
Also ahead, we have disturbing new information about the number of people living with HIV and AIDS. After the break, why you should care even if you do not have the virus.
And later at 6, one South Florida city wants to name a street after the new president-elect. Find out where Barack Obama Avenue will be and how the people who live there feel about it.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Demas.
And I'm Jim Barry. Wake up and watch CBS 4 News this morning.
Monday morning, we're going to cover all the news developing throughout the weekend.
And have the weather and traffic you need before you head out the door.
So join us 5 a.m. Monday morning.
See you then.
Think we're dealing with anything toxic here? Might have to evacuate the entire area. We're gonna get these people out of there safely. Anybody in there? I need a medic over here! But anything we can do is better than nothing. I'm waiting. I need to get in there. David, can you hear me?
The key to a great Marsala sauce is the wine.
And our wine's been made by the Lombardo family in Sicily for over 100 years.
At Carrabba's, making our Marsala sauce takes patience. We take the wine, the prosciutto, the mushrooms, and the butter, and we reduce it down until all the flavors blend together perfectly.
Marsala sauce over our grilled chicken and sirloin.
Mwah! Delicioso!
2 Marsala favorites, 1 plate. At Carrabba's, good things happen around our table.
The year-end sell-a-thon is on, and the clock is ticking. We're closing out 2008 by giving you some amazing deals. Now through the end of the year, you can get up to $7,500 in combined cash allowance on 2008 models. Plus, get a no extra charge DVD on select Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge vehicles. And we have hundreds of financing options available, so we're making it easier to get the new vehicle you want. The Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge year-end sell-a-thon is on at your local dealer. So hurry in before 2008 is over.
Here's what's on CBS 4 tonight, brought to you by Publix and Southeast Toyota.
At BrandSmart USA, why wait for a huge Thanksgiving sale when you can save now? Get holiday ready with premium small electrics for your choice, $4.88. Get a slow cooker for $8.88 or a 10-speed blender for $14.88. Cleanup is easy with Dirt Devil's broom or hand vac for your choice, $18.88. For only $28.88, get a KitchenAid hand mixer or toaster or a super jumbo George Foreman grill. And KitchenAid's 5-quart stand mixer, the low, $148.88. See BrandSmartUSA.com for details on extended store hours for the holidays at all South Florida locations. BrandSmart USA, of course, your favorite brands at low, low prices.
Peeing when you sneeze, a very hairy backside.
Everyone wonders, am I normal?
Do you orgasm when you exercise?
We don't need you all the time.
On the doctors.
Monday at 3 on 4, brought to you by these sponsors.
Closed captioning, sponsored by City Furniture, offering no interest until 2012, and same-day delivery 7 days a week.
Here's a look now at today's web poll. With the premiere of the highly anticipated movie Twilight, we want to know who your favorite vampire is. Who's yours?
I don't even. Dracula, I guess, is the only one I know of.
Lestat. Don't you read the Anne Rice books?
No, I don't. You can find our web poll question plus a list of answers on CBS4.com. It's right on our homepage. Look for results ahead at 6.
There are a bunch of different choices. Now to news for your health. Some startling new findings tonight about the number of people living with HIV who don't know it.
As many as 20% of people infected with the disease are unaware they have it. CBS 4's Joanne Strader has the Centers for Disease Control's just released information.
People are not getting tested for HIV, causing the virus to spread. Almost 60,000 people in the U.S. were infected last year, many by people who didn't know they were HIV positive.
Ignorance is not bliss. Almost 250,000 people are HIV infected and they actually do not know it.
The CDC recommends routine testing for everyone ages 13 to 64. But many doctors and hospitals are not doing that. In fact, less than 100 of the nation's 5,000 emergency rooms screen regularly.
It should be as routine as a flu shot. It should be as routine as getting your blood pressure. You need to know you're HIV infected and get into care and get the treatment that will let you live pretty much a normal life.
With rapid, inexpensive tests available, experts say there's really no excuse not to test. And there are signs we're moving in the right direction. Last year, nearly 2.5 million people were screened than the year before.
You don't want to pass it on to anybody. You don't want to have it and not know.
And early detection is vital. So to learn more about HIV and where you can go for testing here in South Florida, just go to CBS4.com and click on My Story on HIV and AIDS testing. Joanne Strader, CBS 4 News.
Thanks, Jawan. If you're trying to pick up a new skill, practice isn't all you'll need to make perfect. Sleep helps too. New findings suggest sleep helps the mind learn difficult tasks. It can also help you remember skills you may have forgotten over the course of the day. The study expands on past research that showed that sleep improves performance of simple tasks, such as recalling memorized lists. Babies born in the fall may have a higher risk of developing asthma. Vanderbilt University researchers examined the medical records of 95,000 children and their mothers in Tennessee. They found having bronchitis at any age during infancy was associated with an increased risk of childhood asthma. But for autumn babies, the risk was 30% higher.
That's significant.
It is. It's really significant. Well, we have much more for you in our next half hour of news.
Local families in need are now going to have a happier holiday.
That's for sure. Thanks to the Pantry of Broward, the turkeys and trimmings are all ready for some needy seniors. I'm Joan Murray. Find out how you can help coming up.
Also, health scare for the Attorney General. We now know what caused Michael Mukasey to collapse last night while he was giving a speech. We'll also have this story.
I'm Lisa Petrillo from a Swedish furniture store that has a charming restaurant inside to the best tasting Italian pizza pie on South Beach. We've got your cheap eats coming your way. Bring your appetite.
Boy, that looks delicious. That's all new at 5:30.
And it starts right after the break.
2% milk is an imposter. You might think it's low in saturated fat, but one glass has 20% more saturated fat than a small order of French fries. Switch to Smart Balance fat-free milk with omega-3s and vitamin E. It tastes rich and creamy like 2% without the saturated fat. And now try new Smart Balance 1% milk with Heartright. Natural ingredients clinically proven to help reduce cholesterol. It's 100% delicious.
It's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. Yeah. Ross lets you entertain in a whole new way. The great brand you're looking for. The new brands Ross has in store at Ross. It's a brand new
At
day.
Ross, you'll find just what you need to add sparkle to any occasion. What you won't find? Those high department store prices. Now open Coral Springs.
It's always a party at Mardi Gras.
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom means hello.
Shalom. Please.
It means welcome, friend.
Shalom.
It means peace. It means we're glad to see you.
Shalom.
Shalom Tel Aviv!
You'll love Israel from the first Shalom.
Proof that all good things come in threes. Lauderdale BMW introduces the new redesigned 2009 3 Series. Lease starting from just $389 a month or 0.9% financing. As always, zero cost, full maintenance. Redefining the category with exceptional design and performance. The new 2009 3 Series at Lauderdale BMW. The real difference. 2 locations in Fort Lauderdale and Pembroke Pines.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Right now, here's a reason to be thankful. Hundreds of needy local families can now celebrate Thanksgiving the way it was meant to be. Good evening, everybody. I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
And I'm Erica Von Teal. The state of the economy is made for a busy season for local food charities, and they need your continued help to meet the needs of struggling South Florida families. CBS 4's Joan Murray is live in Fort Lauderdale with this For Your Money report. Joan.
Well, Erica, gas may be going down, but the cost of food is as high as ever. And that's where the Pantry of Broward is coming in, because they are helping hundreds of needy elderly this Thanksgiving. Take a look. These are turkeys and boxes of fixings, potatoes, stuffing, even chocolate and the marshmallows. But still, the need is even greater.
Oh, regular turkey. I got it. Yeah, thanks.
A turkey dinner doesn't come cheap, especially this year. Seniors like Elizabeth Navarro feel the money crunch.
Squeezed, really tight.
Like many retirees in South Florida, Navarro is on a fixed income, just $700 a month, and that doesn't adjust for rising food prices.
Out of that $700, they also have to pay about $90 copay for Medicare, their rent, $300 or $400 a month. So what happens is many of the seniors have to choose between buying medicines or buying food.
The 12-pound turkey.
But thanks to the Pantry of Broward, Elizabeth Navarro will have the food she needs on this holiday. Through donations, the pantry is providing turkey with all the trimmings specifically to needy seniors and grandparents raising grandchildren. Gloria McElhaney is taking care of 4 grandkids. What would happen if you didn't have this kind of help?
They would go hungry and, cry,
It's something I don't want to imagine. But, it's a lot of families that are out there that are less fortunate, so you have to be thankful.
Even with all the generosity, the pantry is falling short. Demand simply outweighs supply.
People who otherwise would be helping us with $25, $50 a month are cutting back.
And that's why this Thanksgiving, when donations are down, Elizabeth Navarro is feeling especially grateful.
Thank God for this place, and thank God for everything.
She is so right. Now, the pantry is still hoping to come up with the funds to provide turkeys and fixings for 75 more families. And if you can help, please go to our webpage, cbs4.com. There will be a link to the Pantry of Broward, and we'll tell you exactly how you can help. Reporting live in Fort Lauderdale, Joan Murray, CBS 4 News.
Joan, thanks a lot. Job losses across the state of Florida increased in October. The latest figures show unemployment in Florida is at the highest level since 1993 at 7%, and that's worse than the national level. There were 42,000 jobs lost statewide in October, with yearly job losses now up to 156,000. Now, locally, the picture is not as bleak. The unemployment rate in Miami-Dade and Broward is below the state and national levels. October unemployment in Miami-Dade held steady at 5.8%. It is 6.3% in Broward County. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to take a look at the best options out there so that you can start earning a paycheck again if you are unemployed.
Tough times have taken a toll on a small Boca Raton startup airline. After filing for bankruptcy last week, Dayjet Corporation has grounded its planes now. Dayjet shuttled business travelers between regional airports. The on-demand personal jet company served 45 cities across Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, and South Carolina. In a message to its customers on its website, the company said it would not honor existing reservations or offer refunds. It's, of course, been another tough week for the economy. Big layoffs at a banking giant and fears that the big three automakers are about to run out of gas are making for a shaky start to the holiday season. Here's CBS 4 consumer investigator Al Sunshine with the week that was.
Monday, the week started out with Giant Citigroup cutting 53,000 jobs in an effort to recover from massive losses. On Tuesday, word that wholesale prices fell 2.8% in October, good for consumers, but yet another sign that the U.S. is in a growing recession. On Wednesday, a gloomy forecast for 2009 from the Fed, predicting a prolonged slowdown and unemployment approaching 7% next year, and that sent the Dow plunging. On Thursday, a bailout for the big three automakers appeared to run out of gas, and that had Wall Street investors running to sell. The Dow dropped again, 445 points, falling to its lowest level since March of 2003. And on Friday, the bargain hunters were back out in force early on Wall Street, looking for good deals and trying to avoid the turkeys.
Now, this afternoon's rally of almost 500 points shows investors just need a little good news to put them in the mood to buy. And at this hour, there were still no answers about what happened to financial giant Citigroup or the U.S. auto industry. But tonight, investors should be joined the start of a very good weekend in a very good mood. For your money, I'm Al Sunshine, CBS 4 News.
Al, thanks a lot. The shaky economy has forced consumers to cut back on luxuries and to start buying less expensive items. Get this, that is good news for the makers of Spam, believe it or not. The canned ham product is making a comeback at grocery stores.
Recently, we've had a little shortage on Spam. In fact, we just got it back in stock a few days ago, luckily. But there was apparently quite a demand, and the supplier just couldn't keep up.
Now, according to the New York Times, no less, Hormel Foods' Minnesota factory that produces Spam is operating 2 shifts a day, 7 days a week to keep up with this high demand right now. While there may not be much jingle in some of the Salvation Army's red kettles this Christmas season, the charity group has debuted a cashless red kettle stand in Dallas. To make a donation, all you have to do is swipe your credit card through a scanner. The Salvation Army is testing the new technology this holiday season. It's hoping the added convenience will lead to additional donations. I think it's a great idea.
I do, but I like the bell ringer. I have to hear the bell to know to go there because I have blinders on when I go shopping.
Give us the bell and we'll give you the whatever you want.
A little bell ringer, that's all I need. Well, the news is good regarding the health of U.S. Attorney General Michael Mukasey. Mukasey collapsed last night while making a speech in front of a room full of people. As CBS 4's Susan Roberts reports, Mukasey is out of the hospital and back to work.
The Attorney General sounded upbeat as he left the hospital, headed for his office.
Great. Terrific.
Michael Mukasey was back on the job just hours after he collapsed during the speech Thursday night in Washington. He started to slur his words, he nodded, turned a bit, and started to fall. Oh my God. Mukasey was treated on stage, then rushed to the hospital. Doctors ran a series of tests and gave the Attorney General a clean bill of health.
The doctor said he's in good shape and basically that he beat the machine.
His staff members say it appeared to be a fainting spell, not a stroke or heart-related problem.
Mukasey never transferred power to the second-in-command here at the Justice Department. Aides described the 67-year-old Attorney General as active and fit.
He gets up early every morning and works out on the elliptical, so he maintains a very active environment.
President Bush called Mukasey in the hospital to wish him a speedy recovery. Mukasey is the Bush administration's 3rd Attorney General. He's expected to remain in that role until President-elect Barack Obama is sworn in January 20th.
Doctors say Attorney General Mukasey cleared all the tests, and for now that it really appears it was just a fainting spell. In Washington, I'm Susan Roberts, CBS 4 News.
Good thing there were people there ready to catch him.
Yep.
And they did. Yep. All right, well, still ahead, questions of unnecessary roughness.
A suspect surrenders after a chase, but apparently that wasn't enough for police. When we come back, what's ahead for these cops?
Also ahead, a Florida family has found a new place to live. What a cup of coffee had to do with the accident that forced them to move out.
Sleep, sex, and sanity. The side effects of menopause can be overwhelming. Tonight, an FDA-approved treatment that even your doctor might not know about. The IT Michelle Gillen with a physician convinced women have a secret weapon coming up.
You're watching CBS 4 News at 5:30, covering Brickell, Sweetwater, Lauderhill, and your South Florida neighborhood.
We'll be right back.
They're covering the streets of South Florida, finding new ways to help you stretch your dollars.
Looking to save some money on your
CBS 4's Gwen Belton and George Estevez, part of the For Your Money team, only on CBS 4 News.
Because it's so hard to limit yourself to just one perfect indulgence, the Civic EXL offers you a whole bunch of them, like leather interior, heated front seats, available navigation with voice recognition, and Bluetooth connectivity. The Civic EXL from Honda. Indulge yourself.
Get APR financing as low as 1.9% on 2009 Civics for well-qualified buyers.
Get what you want, get what you need.
Get Comcast Digital Voice local with more home phone service. Make the switch and save big every month. Enjoy unlimited local calling, plus 12 popular calling features. You'll also get domestic long-distance calling for 5 cents a minute.
Get what you want, get what you
Make the switch. Get Comcast Digital Voice local with more for just $24.95 per month every month. Call 1-800-COMCAST today.
Before we eat, I'd just like to say a few words.
Like to say a few words. Don't worry, it's not going to take long. I'm really, really hungry, okay?
Every year on this day, I count my blessings.
And we have so much to be thankful for.
I want to thank the turkey. I want to thank the stuffing, the cranberry and sweet potato pie.
Let's see,
I'm thankful that next year there'll be another one to join us.
Dad, we're so glad to have you closer.
I want to thank my mother for having such a wonderful son.
Most importantly, for the closeness of our friends and family.
I should be thankful every day to have you guys in my life, and I am. I just don't tell you guys enough.
I feel lucky every day.
45 years and 45 turkeys later, this day is always so special.
So let's be grateful for this food,
For this wonderful feast,
this incredible year,
and for each other.
I love all of you.
Love you too, Dad.
Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Don't drink and drive. We're familiar with that message, but we don't typically associate it with drinking coffee. A Central Florida man says he choked on his coffee while driving home and crashed into a mobile home. The truck almost hit a woman who was in a bathroom. No one was seriously hurt, but inspectors say the home was nearly knocked off its foundation and now can't be lived in. The driver was ticketed for failure to maintain his lane. Just released video shows us the force of a massive explosion that destroyed a historic building in downtown Pueblo, Colorado last week. A surveillance camera across the street from the Branch Inn Hotel captured the explosion that leveled the building and killed one person who was inside. The video camera captured the intensity of the blast. 7 others were hurt in that explosion.
A high-speed chase in Maryland ended with police beating a suspect who had already surrendered. Police chased a man wanted for several thefts. Officers tried to stop his truck with spike strips, but the man kept going. Police rammed his truck twice, spinning it out of control. Then the suspect got out and laid down on the ground. At least 2 officers can be seen kicking and punching him then. The police chief says the behavior was unacceptable and the case will be investigated. Some people really will do anything to get away from the law. Police say a couple in Massachusetts walked into this Walmart with their 2-month-old daughter. Once in the store, the man hid high-def computer screens in the baby's stroller. Security guards approached them, but the man pulled out a knife. He then ran across the street, abandoned the baby, and took off with the screens. Police quickly caught up with the couple. The baby is now in state custody.
That is so wrong. Lawmakers in Nebraska have closed a big loophole in the state's safe haven law. Parents can no longer drop off children who are more than 30 days old, no questions asked. The law was meant to save unwanted infants, but since July, parents have abandoned at least 31 older children. Some are from out of state, including an 11-year-old boy from Miami who was dropped off at a Nebraska hospital by his father last week. In Doral, crews spent the day cleaning up quite a mess. A water main broke around 8 this morning at 107th Avenue and Northwest 41st Street. The area behind a shopping center and a restaurant was flooded by all this. Cars were wading through all that water. Locally, no one's water service was affected. Crews say the cold weather might have been a factor in the break.
It's an afternoon off for the crew of the Space Shuttle Endeavour. Yesterday, 2 astronauts made more repairs to the Space Shuttle during their second spacewalk. But the water recycling system shut down after just 2 hours. The system is supposed to convert urine into drinking water, but so far it is not working correctly. NASA wants to test it again on Earth before putting it back into use in space. And I'm sure the astronauts are happy they want to test it on Earth and not on them again.
Good idea. All right, well, still ahead. It began in a Scottish castle and ended in a London courtroom.
Today, a judge granted Madonna a quickie divorce from Guy Ritchie. After the break, who got what in the settlement?
Then at 6 o'clock, South Florida is famous for naming streets after famous people, so it didn't take long for one city to decide on Barack Obama Avenue. Find out where the president-elect's new street is located. Next.
I'm David Bernard in the Storm Center. What another gorgeous day we have had across South Florida. I'm watching a windy front, though, moving across the state. I'll let you know what kind of impact that might have on your weekend. My forecast is right after this.
Next, ET&N Insider.
I made bad decisions.
Call Girl Confessions. Then Larry King's wife, dependent on painkillers. Plus Donnie and Marie and Ruby.
I want pizza. Why can't I have pizza?
Next, ET&N Insider.
Starting tonight at 7 on CBS 4. Here's what's on CBS 4 tonight. Brought to you in HD TV by BrandSmart USA and Lincoln.
This holiday season, the Florida Lottery is back with something big. The all-new Holiday Millionaire Raffle, where 9 lucky players will each win $1 million, while over 1,000 others will win anywhere from $500 to $50,000. Plus, this year, Holiday Millionaire Raffle tickets are limited, so your odds of winning $1 million are the best yet. But hurry, because when they're gone, so are your chances to win. The Holiday Millionaire Raffle from the Florida Lottery. Get one for you. Get one for a gift. Just get one today.
Cirque du Soleil captivates with a timeless celebration. Corteo from Cirque du Soleil, now playing at Bicentennial Park. For tickets, visit cirquedusoleil.com.
This holiday season, complicated is out, simple is in. Everything about Jitterbug is simple. It has a comfortable keypad, a bright screen, a powerful speaker. It even eliminates background noise.
And no one else gets such personal service.
Jitterbug is the friendly cell phone experience you've been waiting for.
I'd be happy to place that call for you, Mrs. Kelly.
Okay, Mrs. Davis, I'll add that name to your phone list.
We're here to help 24 hours a day. With nationwide service and affordable plans, Jitterbug is the perfect gift this holiday season. Service starts at just $10 a month. Jitterbug is available at Best Buy, CVS Pharmacy, and other fine retailers. Or call our experts now with a valid credit card and get a free car charger. 1-800-974-2003.
It's Bear's Bestsellers event, and if you love Tommy Bahama by Lexington, this is the sale for you. Buy all our best-selling collections now, with Tommy Bahama King beds from $9.99. Lexington doesn't stop with Tommy. Liz Claiborne, Trump Home, Nautica, and the popular Long Cove Cottage collections are all Bear's bestsellers and on sale now. Handcrafted Lexington sofas can't be sold for less anywhere in the country, guaranteed. Pay no interest for 1 year. 24-hour delivery. Bear's Bestsellers event. Don't miss it.
CBS 4 News is brought to you by Bears. Wear Bears.
While the rest of the world is tightening its belt, Dubai threw a $20 million party last night to mark the opening of its newest luxury hotel. Hotel Atlantis is a $1.5 billion marine-themed resort. It's built on an artificial island in the shape of a palm tree. A 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom suite complete with a gold leaf 18-seat dining table will set you back about $25,000 a night, in case you know 20 or 18 people to come over. This lavish party showcases Dubai's meteoric rise from little more than a patch of sand to the business and entertainment capital of the Middle East.
Wow. Now to a London courtroom where a multi-million-dollar settlement was agreed to and a celebrity marriage was dissolved. As CBS 4's Charlie D'Agata reports, Madonna and Guy Ritchie's divorce is now official, 8 years after they said "I do" in a Scottish castle.
Come on into my store.
The queen of pop sat high on her throne, still married in Philadelphia Thursday night. A few hours later, and an ocean away, Madonna was single. A London judge granted a quickie divorce from British director Guy Ritchie. Neither showed up in court.
I think what it shows is that they really didn't want this to be dragged through the courts, to be for their dirty laundry to be aired publicly.
He reportedly promised not to touch a penny of Madonna's estimated $400 million fortune on one condition: partial custody of their 2 sons.
To regain that sort of custody, you don't know what he would have done, and I think that's what Madonna thought. She didn't quite know him as well as she thought she did.
Court papers say Madonna filed for divorce on the grounds of Guy's unreasonable behavior. As the rumors grew of their troubled marriage, she never ducked the spotlight.
She always kept on with her own career, always kept on being more successful, more sort of presence, if you like. And I think for Guy Ritchie, he thought, you know what, I'm not happy just being second fiddle.
Guy Ritchie told the British press it was never, ever about the money. After all, he's got a $35 million fortune of his own. Friends say he's happy to let the material girl move on to her next stage. In London, Charlie D'Agata, CBS 4 News.
Always sad to see, a couple get divorced, but wishing both well.
Yeah, sure do. And our weather taking
Our weather
a turn for
is
the better.
looking much better than their marriage.
Oh boy, it's looking great out there. We're happily ever after like this.
Yeah, it's great here.
Okay, this morning, yes, it was chilly once again. Cold parts of southwest Miami-Dade dropped down into the 40s. West Kendall, we had a 48. And look at everyone that was around 50. Homestead, Pembroke Pines, Executive Airport in northwest Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach at 50 degrees. And some of those cold neighborhood spots, you might have had a 48 or 49. Fort Lauderdale was 54 this morning. Miami, we dropped to 57, but just north of the airport, a little cooler at Opelika at 52. This afternoon, the high temperatures have been well into the 70s. What a nice warm-up after the chill this morning. Fort Lauderdale's high, the warmest reading we could find at 78 degrees. Here are some current temperatures from our weather bug network. Medley, 72, same with Lauderdale by the Sea on Ocean Drive. Deerfield Beach right now at BSO is currently 71 degrees. It's going to be a great night. Track these neighborhood temperatures anytime you want at CBS4.com. Weather's always on there, and we have another front that's going to be arriving, it looks like, as we go into later tonight and tomorrow morning, and that's going to keep the temperatures nice and mild over the weekend, but it's going to pick up the wind. Now, notice the difference tonight. It's only in the 50s in Pensacola, Tallahassee, Gainesville, and Jacksonville. It's cool to the 60s behind the front. This will come through later tonight. The bulk of the cold air with this front, unlike the last couple, are going to stay to our north, but enough of it will get down here that it's going to keep things pretty nice through the weekend. Now, right now, our wind speeds are pretty light. They're all under 10 miles per hour, but as that front comes through tonight, it's going to start blowing. And so that means the big change for tomorrow is going to be the wind. A fairly windy day tomorrow, a mixture of sun and clouds, a teeny tiny chance there could be a brief sprinkle or light shower that comes in on that strong northeasterly breeze, but I really don't think it's going to amount to all that much. Behind the front, it is cool and dry from Texas all the way to Georgia. 40 in Atlanta right now, and it's 56 in Houston, 41 in Little Rock, and it's an ugly day in the Northeast. This little coastal low is causing a mix of rain and snow around the Delmarva. It's 35 in Philly, 34 in New York, Pittsburgh, snow, and 26. Yikes. Here's our forecast for tonight. We'll call it super nice. A gusty breeze late, though, 62 at the coast, 56 inland. Then for tomorrow, fairly windy, sun and clouds, stray shower, high temperature 72 degrees. Mold and pollen both had a low count for today. Here's the weekend forecast. Windy on Saturday, breezy on Sunday, just a stray chance for a shower. A little warmer Monday and Tuesday with sun and clouds, might get near 80. Wednesday and Thursday, sun, sun, sun. High temperatures in the mid-70s, lows returning to the 50s.
Wow. Perfect to play a little football out there.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Eat, whatever.
Yeah. Sleep.
Whatever
nap.
you want. Thank you, David. Now for something really cute, just in time for Christmas. Visitors to the Cincinnati Zoo will get a chance to see its newest addition. Look at that, Erica. A 3-week-old cheetah cub named Tommy T. The cub has taken up residence in the zoo nursery, where visitors can watch it nap, play, and drink formula from a bottle. The cub and 2 brothers entered the world last month, but they won't remain together. The other cubs will eventually make their homes at the nearby Columbus Zoo.
So
Not too far, though, in the same state.
But Tony the T, there is Tommy the tiger. I mean, it's a cheetah.
Tommy T.
No C names out there that are good?
I guess not.
Okay. Next at 5:30, something to whet your appetite.
That's right. A good meal does not have to cost you an arm and a leg these days. That's what our Cheap Eats is all about. After the break, check out 2 places where you can fill up and be glad you did for under $10.
Now here's Antonia Moore. That's coming up all new at 6.
Erica and Elliot, we begin tonight with the new unemployment figures from South Florida. It's not all bad news. Why South Florida's unemployment rate is a little better than the rest of the state, and the things you can do now to get a job. We have some tips and specific careers to look out for. Then an I-Team investigation on a treatment for menopause, and a doctor who says women are unnecessarily suffering from symptoms she believes can be safely treated. She joins us live. And the South Florida city fighting to stop another neighborhood from getting the same name. We'll tell you where at 6.
CBS 4 Weather is brought to you by the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians.
All new, a mother's anguish.
Your doctor said go home and be with your family.
Now, watch Nate make her wish come true. A dream makeover for a family that will touch your heart. Next Oprah.
Monday at 4 on 4.
Presenting the Ultimate Rewards Players Club at the Miccosukee Resort and Gaming. Now available for players 18 years or older. Rewarding yourself has never been easier. Join today and start enjoying the benefits.
At BrandSmart USA, why wait for a huge Thanksgiving sale when you can save now? Get a higher microwave oven for $24.88 after mail-in rebate. Magic Chef's dishwasher is a low $148.88. An extra large capacity washer and dryer from Roper by Whirlpool are $297.76 for the pair. Heyer's bottom freezer refrigerator with ice is $398.88. And a 25 cubic foot refrigerator from GE with crushed ice and water is $698.88. See BrandsmartUSA.com for details on extended store hours for the holidays at all South Florida locations. BrandsMart USA, of course, your favorite brands at low prices.
Linens and Things is going out of business with savings of 25 to 50% store-wide. Outfit your home for the holidays at liquidation prices on all bedding and bath, small appliances, and more. Set your holiday table with 30 to 40% off all dinnerware, glassware, and flatware, and as much as 50% off gourmet chafing dishes, roasters, and more. Plus, top off your gift list with 40% off all personal care electrics, including razors, hair dryers, and chair massagers. Shop the going out of business sale now at all Linens and Things stores.
Change is on the way. Change to lower prices. Change in service. Change to great extras. Tamiami Chrysler Jeep Dodge can deliver. Find the relief you need with our factory wholesale price stimulus. Expect great service with our new personal car care plan. And take advantage of our So Many Extras package. Be part of the change and buy American starting at Tamiami Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 8250 Southwest 8th Street.
We repair, we restore, we renew. Mako, America's Body Shop. Compared to other body shops, Mako is 33% less with no interest financing available.
There are 89 days left until TV goes all digital. For more information, call 1-888-DTV-2009 or go to cbs4.com/DTV. Now from the For Your Money team tonight, just in time for the weekend, we have another edition of Cheap Eats.
Just in time for dinner, too.
Yes.
CBS 4's Lisa Petrillo profiles 2 distinctly different eateries with something in common. It's a great meal for under $10.
Here's Lisa.
IKEA in Sunrise is known for its modern Scandinavian furniture and accessories at pleasing price points. But did you know IKEA is pleasing to the palate as well? Welcome to the IKEA restaurant, where for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, customers can take a break from shopping and fill up on some truly scrumptious Swedish specialties at well below average prices.
Oh, you're starting with desserts.
We're starting with desserts, yes, that's true.
Manager Manfred Gaylor takes me through the lunch line as we pass the Swedish apple cake and delicious wrap sandwiches, which are priced at $3.99, a platter of Swedish gravlax, $4.99, and the most popular plate of them all, a heaping mound of IKEA's famous Swedish meatballs for $4.99, including mashed potatoes and lingonberries.
What makes a good Swedish meatball, man?
The cream sauce and the combination with the lingonberry and, in this case, the mashed potatoes.
Downstairs in the bistro and food market, there's tons and tons of take-home food at well below market prices. Hot dogs are 50 cents, and this bag of Swedish meatballs feeds a family of 4.
You can take it home tonight and feed your family for $11.99.
And I don't really have to cook, just warm up, right?
Exactly.
Sold. Yeah, that's a cheap eat. From Scandinavian treats to New York pizza pie, we're at Pizza Bar. Opened just 2 months ago off Collins Avenue and 16th Street on South Beach, owner Keith Menon simply promises his New York pizza is the best in town. You're keeping it simple, right? There's not pizza with foie gras,
No.
right?
Here we keep it very, very simple. It's New York style pizza in South Beach. It's 30-inch pizzas, which a known pizzeria is about 18-inch. It's the biggest slice you've ever had in your entire life. It's low check average. It's fun. It's simple. We do probably 500 people a day out of here.
Get that dough, feel it.
Head pizza chef Vito Giovinco started making pizza pies in Coney Island 31 years ago. His ingredients are fresh, made by hand, and all Italian.
You're Chinese, you work at a Chinese restaurant. You're Italian, you work in an Italian restaurant. That's how it is.
That's New York pizza. Well, as Vito makes another delicious pizza pie, that is our cheap eats for today. If you want to find out more about the restaurants we showed you today, please log on to our website at cbs4.com and give us some of your favorite cheap eats. On South Beach, very full, I'm Lisa Petrillo, CBS 4 News.
They give good slices out there.
Big piece pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza and meatballs, two of my favorite foods.
Less than $10, even better.
That's right. The news continues now with Antonio Mora and Shannon Horry.
CBS 4 News at 6 starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Good evening, I'm Shannon Horry.
And I'm Antonio Mora. Florida's unemployment rate is the highest it's been since 1993.
But the new data released today shows the news here in South Florida is not all bad. The unemployment rate in Miami-Dade County is at 5.8%, basically flat since September and only slightly up from a year ago. In Broward County, 6.3% of residents are unemployed. That is up 0.2% from September. CBS 4's Ted Scouten is live in Fort Lauderdale. Ted, there's a reason that our numbers are different than the rest of the state.
Yeah, Shannon, that's because here in South Florida in particular, we have more of an international influence, whether it's for business or tourism. That certainly has protected us, but still, it is pretty tough out there when you're trying to find a job. However, there is a silver lining to all of this.
Hi.
You can see Diana Hernandez is outgoing and has a positive attitude. Those are two key ingredients when you're forced into the job market, like she and her husband Herman.
Like 2 months ago, we got laid off. We used to work for a dealership for 10 years.
Now they're both back in school with their sights set on getting into new fields.
And I'm trying to find a job in the security field, and she wants to work for a daycare.
What's it like out there trying to find a job?
Oh, very hard. It's very rough.
They're doing it right. They're changing with the times, getting new skills to get them employed. And they're getting help here at Workforce One. Everyone here is.
We go over down here and we put bullets. Simple, simple. But we want you to learn it because, it's good for you.
Stephen Woods is learning to put together a good resume. He needs one. He's been looking for work for 4 months. Carlos Aviles is taking free classes on how to get a job.
Resume workshops, interview workshops, and it kind of prepared me for me to start working on me doing my my resume.
As anyone here can tell you, the competition is tough, and you have to look for the right jobs. We've lost jobs in construction, but we've gained jobs in professional and technical fields, hospitals, government, and the hospitality industry, and there are still more jobs out there.
This is in the whole Miami, Fort Lauderdale area here, and it will only bring up like 500 jobs at a time. So it's saying there's more than 500 jobs.
For customer service?
For customer service.
So there's jobs out there?
There are jobs out there.
Okay, so if you're wondering if a place like Workforce One is for you, here's an example of some of their hot jobs today. Bus driver in Miami for $10 an hour, or a business analyst in Pembroke Pines for $33.65 an hour. They have all kinds of jobs there, all kinds of free service. If you'd like to find out more about it, all you have to do is log on to our website, cbs4.com. We're live in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Ted Scouten, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Ted. In other news for your money, President-elect Barack Obama has reportedly picked a Treasury Secretary. Tim Geithner heads up the New York Federal Reserve and is well known on Wall Street. That seemed to reassure investors, and stocks made a dramatic comeback in late trading. The Dow surged back above the 8,000 mark, closing at 8,046, thanks to a 494-point jump. The Nasdaq gained 68 points, ending just above 1384, and the S&P 500 jumped 48 points, closing the week at 800. We have lots of resources to help you right now on our website. If you go to cbs4.com/foryourmoney, you can create your own stocks watch list, and you can also find links to organizations that will help you find a job.
Now to our weather. After a week of chilly temperatures, it warmed up very nicely this afternoon.
Chief Meteorologist David Bernard joins us now. And David, is the big chill over, or is there more to come?
Well, there's another front that's on the way tonight. The difference, Antonio and Shannon, with this front versus the ones we've seen earlier this week is that the bulk of the cool air is probably going to stay up to the north of us. The front right now is just north of the lake. We've been nice and dry here, and it's much cooler up to the north. In fact, look at the statewide temperatures right now. It's 49 degrees in Gainesville, 49 in Tallahassee, and already 58 in Tampa, where we have 60s and 70s ahead of it. So tonight, we're heading for the 50s inland. At the coast, it may stay at about 62, but then the winds are really going to blow tomorrow. That'll be the big change. Look for an afternoon high of 72 degrees. More details on Sunday coming up in just a few.
Thanks, David. Get ready now to pay to drive in those I-95 express lanes because the free ride is over. We've just learned the state will start collecting tolls at 6 a.m. on December 5th. The express lanes run from downtown Miami to the Golden Glades interchange, and they've been free as the state conducted testing and made sure it was safe. The price of riding on those lanes will vary based on the amount of traffic and also the time of day. And remember, those lanes are only for drivers with a Sun Pass.
Strike three in court for opponents of the Marlins' new stadium. Today, Judge Jerry Beth Cohen threw out the remaining part of a lawsuit filed against the stadium by Miami businessman Norman Brayman. The judge said the stadium plan does not need to be put before the voters for their approval. The ruling paves the way for work to begin on the stadium. Brayman says he plans to appeal the judge's decision. Senior citizens throughout Florida are getting some good news tonight. Today in West Kendall, Governor Charlie Crist announced $10 million in grants for senior centers across the state. More than half the funding will go toward building 3 new centers, including one in West Kendall. The leftover cash will go to repairs and maintenance for Florida's 16 existing senior centers.
Broward County's new mayor is hoping the election of Barack Obama will benefit the heavily Democratic county. Broward Mayor Stacey Ritter joined Elliot Rodriguez for a taping of News and Views today. She's hoping the strong support Obama received from Broward voters will translate into federal money for infrastructure projects, things like improvements to Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International Airport, and Port Everglades.
We're a very blue county. Having a Democrat in the White House and me as mayor having supported the president-elect so long ago, early in his presidential campaign, Broward will at least have a voice. We'll at least have a seat at the table.
You can watch the entire interview with Mayor Ritter on News and Views with Elliot Rodriguez at 9:30 tomorrow morning. You can also join a News and Views group on Facebook. Support for Barack Obama may soon be on a street sign in South Florida. The city of Opelika has plans for a Barack Obama Avenue. It would replace Purvis Avenue from Northwest 151st Street to Alibaba Avenue. And that is where CBS 4's David Sutta is live. So, David, curious, how do people who live there feel about this possible change?
Everyone we talk to is in love with this idea. Opelika is trying to make history. If you've been to the city, you've seen your very unique city hall, and now they're trying to make history with changing one of the main streets here after the 44th president of the United States. In Opelika, where the Barack Obama signs are still up in people's yards, a local commissioner is making plans to make Obama's name permanent.
Our attempt is to leave a piece of history for the next generation to embrace.
If Dorothy Johnson gets her way, Purvis Avenue will be changed to Barack Obama Avenue.
It will give our children hope. It is a reflection that when you see children from this community, they will know that with good education, determination, and focus, they can be everything they want to be.
While commissioners all agree the name change is a good thing, we wondered what people who live along the road who would have to change their address think. Barack Obama Avenue?
Barack Obama Avenue, is that good? It's going to be great.
He should have the name for doing all of this for us, and we are happy to have him as a president for that, too.
And to live on his block.
Perfect. It'll be all perfect.
That'll be great, man. First black president. history will be made in Opelika again.
Everyone we came across was okay with the idea. When we tried to find someone on the right side of the street,
Maybe a couple of McCain, supporters might be upset.
yeah, we were trying to find them. Where are they?
I don't know where they at. They mad, I know that.
If they were changing it to John McCain Avenue, would you be okay with that?
Yeah, McCain Avenue. I don't think so.
The name change still has another vote by the city council to go, but if all goes according to plan, a few weeks after the 44th president is sworn into office, Perviz Avenue will be history, literally.
Because generations after generation will always remember that it's not about the color of your skin, that all of us rallying together, we have more similarity than we have differences.
And the commissioner believes that they are going to be the first ones to do this in the state of Florida. The big unveiling happens on President's Day. Of course, Barack Obama is invited. We're live in Opelika. David Setta, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, David. South Florida school systems are planning to help Haiti in a big way. Broward and Miami-Dade schools are working to donate 800 portable classrooms to the struggling island. Powerful hurricanes ripped through Haiti, destroying hundreds of schools. Now nearly 1 million kids are holding classes outside under trees or in unsafe structures. The first set of the portable classrooms are set to be shipped to the city of Cabaret in December. The portables will be inspected by local engineers and also by the Haitian government to ensure they are up to standards. The search for a Coral Springs man missing in Iran for nearly 2 years has become a priority for the State Department. Former FBI agent Robert Levinson was last seen on Iran's Kish Island in March of 2007. Today, a spokesman for the State Department said Iran has not responded to a recent request about the 59-year-old agent.
The Iranian government, we believe, still has it within its power to help with more information concerning Mr. Levinson.
Yesterday, Senator Bill Nelson introduced a resolution that would make resolving Nelson's disappearance a goal of U.S. diplomacy with Iran.
The men and women who serve our country are given special burial for a reason. Their dedication and sacrifice is worthy of honor and dignity. Today, one veteran almost did not get such an honor until a South Florida charity stepped in to help. CBS 4's mobile journalist Jim Robinson shot and reported this story from Lake Worth.
It is a lonely piece of property, and another hero is coming home. This hearse carries the body of a veteran. This day almost didn't happen.
The word indigent and veteran should never be going together.
For 3 months, they did. In this flag-draped coffin, surrounded by military, is Edward Matheson, a life that began Christmas Day in 1924 and ended this past Halloween. At 83, he died broke and alone.
Anyone in that passing phase needs to be accompanied.
Bruce Harris with the Pantry of Broward says no one was paying for the embalming. There was no family, no friends, not even a photo. The War World II veteran was going to be buried as a nobody, with only Army Honor Guard at his side.
It's wrong that a person who served his country in World War II and apparently landed at the beaches in Normandy would pass away and have no one here to see him being buried.
This is where the Patriot Guard Riders come in.
We found out that there was a World War II soldier that had passed away that apparently has no living relatives, no close family.
They proudly stood with red, white, and blue for their fellow veteran. The American flag folded from his coffin and given not to a grieving widow, but handed to members of the pantry. It will fly among others on the Avenue of Flags in Arlington. A fitting tribute that almost wasn't. This group of riders say it should never happen again.
They need your support. You need to honor their service.
Edward Matheson will be buried here among his comrades with the respect and dignity that he deserves. In Lake Worth, Jim Robinson, CBS 4 News.
Great for all those groups to get involved and to honor people who deserve to be honored.
As he certainly does.
Yeah.
You can see more of Jim Robinson's reports. Just go to cbs4.com/mojo. Mojo stands for mobile journalist. Coming up, the tale of two cities.
Why the people in one South Florida city are fighting to keep their city's name to themselves.
Then it's being called the secret weapon against the problems of menopause. Up next, the I-Team's Michelle Gillen is live with a doctor who says she has the solution to your health worries.
Also ahead, turning up the heat in the kitchen. Some famous basketball stars give their time to some needy South Floridians.
You're watching CBS 4 News at 6, covering Ball Harbor, Hialeah, Davie, in your South Florida neighborhood.
We'll be right back.
She brings you the news every night on CBS 4. Now see how Shannon Horry is preparing for the arrival of her twins. Monday at 5. From her due date, to the baby's names, to how she's feeling right now.
I pretty much am, for the most part, ready.
We'll show you a personal side of Shannon you haven't seen before. Plus, stretching your dollars this holiday season. The For Your Money team has great advice to help you shop smarter for everyone on your list. It's all Monday at 5 on CBS 4 News.
Andrea Barrow is a real Geico customer, not an advertising spokesperson. So to help tell her story, we hired one.
One day a rock chipped the windshield on my car.
Oh dear, broken glass sends shivers down my bottle.
I filed my claim at geico.com and scheduled an appointment.
It was a piece of cake, or maybe more like hot pancakes.
The repairman came right to my house and fixed my baby like new.
Now I feel rich, thick and buttery too.
Geico, real service, real savings.
Oh, someone has put a logo right over my face.
Shalom.
Shalom means hello.
Shalom.
It means welcome, friend.
Shalom.
It means peace. It means we're glad to see you.
Shalom.
Shalom.
You'll love Israel from the first Shalom.
There are many things to consider when it comes to purchasing a vehicle. Though lately, finding the right financing has become extremely important. And with 0.9% APR financing and great lease offers still readily available for qualified buyers, it's easy to put together the perfect deal on the Lexus RX you've been wanting. Learn more at your Lexus dealer. Lease the 2009 RX 350 for $399 a month for 36 months, with $35.99 due at signing.
It's Fair's Bestsellers event. Buy all our best-selling collections now, beginning with Tommy Bahama King beds starting at just $9.99. Handcrafted Lexington sofas can't be sold for less, guaranteed. Fair's Bestsellers event on now.
In tonight's City by City report, the people of Parkland say one city with that name is enough. Apparently, Miami-Dade County is toying with the idea of naming an unincorporated area Parkland. But the Parkland City Commission in Broward County passed a resolution formally objecting to the idea. They don't want another Parkland in the area. The mayor says his city is unique and he wants to preserve that. A spokesperson for Miami-Dade County says their Parkland would not be a city, just a neighborhood of about 7,000 homes.
On Miami Beach, the theme for the 2009 Art Deco weekend is Down Argentine Way, Deco Vino Tango. So it's fitting that the official poster for the festival celebrates the rich culture of Argentina. Miami artists Roberto Bejar and Rosario Marquardt unveiled the poster this morning at a big block party. Art Deco Weekend, which is sponsored by CBS 4, is January 16th to the 18th on Ocean Drive in Miami Beach. A couple of Miami Heat players traded in their uniforms for aprons at the annual Heat Thanksgiving celebration. Today, the players served hot meals to people at the Miami Rescue Mission. The event was especially meaningful for 600 underprivileged families who received a frozen turkey and all the Thanksgiving trimmings from the Heat.
This is fun, man. This is what it's about, man. Give it back to the community, man. Just getting out here and just interacting and having a good time and doing a great time of the year.
So just doing what we love to do.
The Heat dancers, Bernie the Heat mascot, DJ Irie, and the Extreme team entertained families and mingled with the crowd.
Looks like fun. Menopause. Millions of women struggle with finding the help they need to feel healthy and comfortable during it. But most women and doctors don't know that there is a treatment similar to the hormones produced by your own body. Tonight, the I-Team's chief investigative reporter, Michelle Gillen, introduces us to a doctor driven to change that, convinced there is a recipe for a new menopause.
I think women are suffering for no good reason.
She doesn't look like a revolutionary.
We've been oppressed too long, and healthcare is not doing us any justice right now.
But her message is.
Even 5 years ago, menopause was a dirty word. The truth is that there's 60 million women in menopause today. It's not a death sentence. It's not something wrong with us.
She is Dr. Erica Schwartz, and what's wrong, she says, is how much of mainstream medicine treats women going through it. You feel we need a revolution in medicine right now for particularly dealing with women who are in search of balancing their hormones.
Unless we change it, we're going to drown.
She's taking direct aim at menopause, and her weapon of choice, bioidentical hormones. These women who say, I'm just going to suffer through it.
We're being brainwashed into believing that we have to accept less than wellness, less than health, becoming old, dried up prunes as we get older, and it's not true. Wellness and disease prevention is in our hands.
And you can find it, she says, in bioidentical hormones that are plant-based, as she lays out in this just published article.
This is not voodoo. This is not witchcraft. This is not non-science. This is established, regular science. You know, FDA-approved products, prescription medication.
Schwartz sees bioidentical hormones as an alternative to synthetic hormones, those that were prescribed to millions of women and that are made from the urine of pregnant horses. In 2002, a massive study by the National Institutes of Health, the NIH, found an alarming linkage between synthetic hormone therapy and breast cancer, strokes, and heart attacks.
The physicians, the NIH, and the media, everybody got so scared that they decided all hormones are bad, and they muddied the difference.
With all these questions and some doctors raising absolute red flags about bioidenticals, are there some things women should be concerned about?
Absolutely. The same way they should be concerned about synthetics, they have to be concerned about bioidenticals or any medical advice they get.
There's no doubt in my mind that she's making a critical contribution.
Nationally noted gynecologist Dr. Isaac Schiff of Harvard University says more attention needs to be paid to bioidenticals, but that more research needs to be done. What he tells a patient who asks about them?
I don't tell her that the bioidenticals are any safer, because we have no evidence that they're any safer.
Bioidenticals are prescribed in pill or patch form or customized and compounded in a local pharmacy. Some doctors have said to me, you don't know where they're being mixed, who is mixing them, legitimate concern?
Absolutely, but it's the doctor's responsibility.
For a journey that today impacts millions of women's lives.
And they say, thank you, my life is back, and it's mine.
Now, this is such a complicated issue, and all this month we're going to be looking at every type of hormone therapy. But to answer your questions tonight on bioidenticals, who better than live, just in from New York, Dr. Erica Schwartz. Thank you for joining us for a live chat that begins at 7 o'clock, and I know you've got a lot to share.
Thank you, Michelle. Join us. It's so important for you to get your answers from me. You don't have to be sick. Diet, exercise, lifestyle.
Everything.
Ask your questions, everything. We have the answers.
We're going to look at everything from diet and exercise, what's zapping your hormones and more. Join us at 7 o'clock. We'll see you in less than an hour.
Right on the web. We look forward to that. That's CBS4.com. Thanks, Michelle.
David Bernard joins us now. Gorgeous day out there again, David, and we're still below normal, though.
We are, and we're not going to be above normal for any time soon, but some warming is going to be in the forecast down the road here. We're in the low 70s tonight. It's great out there. Key West, 68, sticking to scale, still a 0, very dry, 51% humidity, light west wind at 3. Here's a live weather bug condition for you this evening. We're looking at 70 degrees right now at Watkins Elementary School in Hollywood. Another front is moving across the state this evening. It's nice and dry out ahead of it, and it's cool behind it. Once this front pushes through tonight, the main thing you'll notice is the wind coming up, and that means we're going to have a windy weekend. Certainly on Saturday, looks like the windiest of the 2 days. So tomorrow in our true view, looks nice, sunshine again, a couple of fair weather clouds, fairly windy, sun mixed with clouds, a teeny tiny chance of a brief shower or sprinkle, not only on Saturday, but maybe also on Sunday. Gusty breeze continues on Sunday with maybe that quick shower. Again, it's just a very slight chance. But once we get past Sunday, this high is going to move further off to the east, and our winds are going to slacken off. So sun and clouds, not as breezy early week, and it looks a little bit warmer. And then here comes another front for Tuesday night, probably moving in on Wednesday morning. And that means for Wednesday and Thanksgiving Day, it looks really good. We should see lots of pleasant sun, and it's going to be nice and dry. Nasty in the northeast today. We've got snow blowing off the Great Lakes again, and we have rain mixed with snow in places like Washington, Philadelphia, and also New York and Boston. Here's our weather then for tonight. I'll call it super nice with a gusty breeze developing late tonight, mid-50s inland, 62 right along the coast. And for tomorrow, fairly windy, sun and clouds, maybe that stray shower, and a high temperature around 72. So tomorrow's going to be about 3 or 4 degrees lower than it was for today. Small craft advisory in effect. Northeast winds 20 to 25 tomorrow. Seas are going to build up to 12 feet in the Gulf Stream. Not a good boating day. Bays are going to be rough, especially in some of those exposed areas. Here's our weekend wrap up again. 72 Saturday, 74 Sunday. Looking good into early next week. Again, a little bit warmer. Might be near 80 on Tuesday. And then lots of sun on Wednesday and staying sunny on Thanksgiving Day with highs in the mid-70s. Hope you have a great weekend.
Thanks, David. All new tonight at 11, snooze and lose weight. See how a woman became slimmer and trimmer by just dozing off. Even her cravings for cookies disappeared. Snooze and lose. That's on CBS 4 News tonight at 11. Can't wait to see that.
Absolutely. Even cravings for cookies. Amazing. We'll be right back with sports. And we have the results so far of our CBS4.com poll. With the release of the vampire movie Twilight, we asked, who is your favorite vampire?
So far, there's a clear winner. 44% love Count Dracula, 19% seem to like cereal, choosing Count Chocula. Tied for third place at 11% Angel from the old TV show, and then Blade from the movies. But my favorite, Lestat from the books, isn't doing too well.
No, I don't think so. We'll be right back.
It's always a party at Mardi Gras.
Right here. Okay, before we eat, I'd just like to say a few words.
Like to say a few words. Don't worry, it's not going to take long. I'm really, really hungry, okay?
Every year on this day, I count my blessings.
And we have so much to be thankful for.
I want to thank the turkey. I want to thank the stuffing, the cranberry and sweet potato pie.
Let's see,
I'm thankful that next year there'll be another one to join us.
Dad, I'm so glad to have you closer.
I want to thank my mom for having such a wonderful son.
Most importantly, for the closeness of our friends and family.
I should be thankful every day to have you guys in my life, and I am. I just don't tell you guys enough.
I feel lucky every day.
45 years and 45 turkeys later, this day is always so special.
So let's be grateful for this food,
for this wonderful feast,
this incredible year,
and for each other.
I love all of you.
Love you too, Dad.
Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Hi, I'm J.L. Pozo, president of Preferred Care Partners, where being a member means being part of our family.
I've been a member for 2.5 years, and to me, it's only gotten better.
Their service department is very, very responsive.
You can call them, you can email them, and they always take care of you.
You don't worry, stress about what's going to happen with the bill, with anything with Preferred Care Partners.
Preferred Care Partners has exceeded my expectations, really.
Preferred Care Partners, we listen, we're there, we care.
Proof that all good things come in threes. Lauderdale BMW introduces the new redesigned 2009 3 Series. Lease starting from just $389 a month or 0.9% financing. As always, zero cost, full maintenance. Redefining the category with exceptional design and performance. The new 2009 3 Series at Lauderdale BMW. The real difference. 2 locations in Fort Lauderdale and Pembroke Pines.
When you want the whole story, count on the combined resources of CBS 4 News and the Miami Herald, working together every day to cover your world.
Closed captioning, sponsored by City Furniture, offering no interest until 2012, and same-day delivery 7 days a week.
Jim Bokamp here with Sports. Well, the Dolphins get ready for a Sunday showdown with the Patriots. A win, and the Finns could find themselves tied atop the AFC East. The Dolphins go inside the bubble today to wrap up their preparations for New England. Now, there will be plenty of pressure on the defense Sunday when the Patriots come to town. The reason? Well, that's easy. Number 81, Randy Moss. Last season, Moss accounted for 23 touchdowns. But with Tom Brady on the shelf, Randy's numbers are down. Still, he is a guy that can take over a game, so the Dolphins secondary cannot let down on one of the best in the game.
It's just the guys that are doing what they should do. You double them. You got to take them out the game because if you leave him one-on-one, I mean, he's Randy Moss. He's going to hurt you. So a lot of teams are taking him out the game, and that's why he's been so quiet. It's not because he's not the same guy. He's still the same guy.
Yeah. All right, well, the Hurricanes get run out of Atlanta last night. Georgia Tech unleashes the option and then rolls. The Yellow Jacket faithful having plenty to shout about. Robert Marve is going to put Miami in an early hole when he gets picked off by Michael Johnson, the defensive end. He's going to return it 26 yards for the score, 10-0 Yellow Jackets. Then the option kicks in. Jonathan Dwyer breaking tackles. He's going to take it 58 yards to the house. Dwyer has 128 yards. Tech combines for 472 yards on the ground. The Canes lose 41-23. Meanwhile, on the hardwood, the Hurricanes are in the Virgin Islands for the Paradise Jam. Miami wins the tournament opener, beating Southern Miss 70-60 Sunday. They play the winner of tonight's UConn-LaSalle matchup. That's going to do it for sports. More news right after this.